What's going on, guys? Mitch here and welcome to the vlog. Today we're going to be going out for an afternoon after work ride. It's a little past 5 o'clock, just finished a busy work day, and just kind of wanted to actually talk about some base layers. I've got a couple products in from Assos, and you know, I always start my vlog on the bike, and this time around I kind of wanted to start inside and show you what I'm wearing today. So it's about 10 degrees Celsius, 12 degrees Celsius right now, and it's kind of dwindling down. So today I'm starting with actually a pair of knickers, these guys, which go down the leg to just cover the knee. Base layer of, this is actually a summer base layer. You've probably seen this in a lot of the different videos. And then this fall jacket from Assos, which I'm assuming by now you've seen a lot. But I love that jacket. These fall jackets, not jerseys, fall jackets are probably my favorite kit from Assos, because they're just so damn versatile. They do kind of everything perfect, and you just mix and match with the base layer you want to choose. So that's kind of what I go to for my favorite stuff. Anyway, let's go out on the bike. We'll talk about fall riding. It's a bit of a recovery week for me starting finally, so what do you know, I'm vlogging. So let's go out on the bike, and hopefully you can watch me ride and not ride in the rain. Okay, let's go. Well, hello. Fancy seeing you guys here. So I'm obviously out on the ride, having a great time, and I'm looking ahead. Actually, I'm looking behind me and ahead of me, and it looks like it's gonna F-wording pour. I'll show you. So maybe it wasn't the best idea going out today, but whatever. At least today is pretty casual. It's just started a rest week, which means for me, I think it's like 3, 4, 5 workouts that are all sub 200 watts, which is awesome. There might be a couple little spikes, but for me, oh, anything to get off the interval session. Oh my God, look at this. Look how good this looks. Look how bright that is in yellow. Unreal, man. That looks so good. Guy's actually going 30. What a beautiful view. That is the local waste treatment plant, and I must say the air smells fantastic today. So anyway, getting back to the bullshit that I was talking about, speaking of you know what, basically this week's pretty cash. It means I get some pretty lightweight workouts. It kind of maintains the schedule, which I'm starting to realize is probably the most important thing. You know, there's ups and downs, but the most important, crucial part to kind of making gains on the bike is just sticking to a schedule, whether you're working out or not. It could be rest week, could be stretching, could be go for a walk, go for a run, whatever. Just taking that time and ensuring that you're utilizing it. That's the biggest thing. Secondly, I think today's the first, you know what? Today is the first time since the spring that I've worn insulated bibs. So I've got on today, hopefully I'm not engorged, but I've got on some Assos, I think they're Mill GTS Spring Fall knickers, which are, I love these as well. Look at this view. I've got to stop and get a picture here. This is unreal. So I just had to stop here on the bridge. If you look behind me, lots of fall leaves kind of all around me in a little arch. Looks absolutely incredible. But you know what else looks incredible? The actual SL8 right beside me. Sorry, a guy just rode by it. I had no idea. Anyway, so SL8, man, what a beautiful spot for a little photo shoot, man, for the gram. If you haven't followed me, Mitch on Two Wheels on Instagram, it's a nice little angle. So, oh man, it's such a shame that honestly, like, I got this bike so late in the year in terms of it being like, I don't know, end of summer. It would have been nice to get the first couple months on it, but it just makes starting the year that much better once we have it, which will be awesome. Oh well, I'm gonna keep on going. Let's get on the bike here. The old whoop. There we go. Sorry, I totally got sidetracked. This is what happens, man. ADHD combined with bikes, combined with soft light and fall colors, means I lose track of things. Anyway, back to the core topic of the vlog that I thought I started on. So it's kind of like, this is the first time this year I've run like the fall stuff with fall insulated bibs, which is just crazy. Like, it's the end of September when I'm filming this right now. I don't know when it's going to be on the internet, but end of September right now. So it gives you an idea. I cannot recommend this Equip RS jacket or a Millie GT spring fall jacket anymore. Like, it is so freaking useful for weather like this. And this is kind of what I was going to get at when I started, was like, before you ride in these types of conditions, it could be starting in the morning or starting at night, you have to know the scale at which the weather's going to change. So if you start in the morning, typically it's going to warm up throughout your ride. Whereas when I go right now at night and it's about to rain, the sun's going to be down in about an hour, you're cooling down as your ride goes on, which really changes things from an apparel perspective. Honestly, it's absolutely insane sometimes. Like, you go out in the morning and you're freezing cold, you're like, oh man, I wish I would have brought my winter jacket and base layer this and merino socks that. And then you go out for 5 minutes, you warm up, and you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. Half hour goes by, the sun pokes out, and all of a sudden you're totally fine. And conversely, in the fall, and remember, this is a Canadian fall. It's probably a lot colder than what most people consider fall. Oh, I shouldn't do that one-handed. Oh. So for us, it gets really cold. Like right now, it's below 0 at night, below 0 Celsius, which is freezing. Like literally 0 is the temperature at which it starts to freeze ice, water to ice. So as we roll into the evening, and it's right now 10 or 11, it's already cooling. I expect it to be 10 degrees, 9 degrees when I get home. And starting off when you're already warmed up on the ride and things cool down as you ride, oh boy, that's a challenge, because you're not gaining heat through the ride. So when you're not gaining heat through the ride, you either need to be able to start your ride with your jersey maybe, you know, popped like that. Maybe you start like this when it's a little hotter and you get cooled off, and you know, as you warm up, and then as the ride cools down, you just zip it up, right? Or you bring a jacket, where something like, I don't know if you guys have seen my Alley Cat jacket. It's great, fits in my back pocket, perfect for emergency rain coverage, where, you know, a day like today, not as much because it's only 30% chance of showers, but a day like today where it could rain, it's perfect for that. Throw it in your pocket, pop it out whenever you need it, and you're good to go. This asshole is absolutely speeding. It's a 30 zone, man. That guy's going at least 50. You know, Shell's good. I don't see bringing like base layers in your back pocket. It's all about the wind protection, because you can insulate up pretty good just with some kind of wind protection, which is awesome. Or you get a jacket like this, Equip RS, and it's like perfect for this kind of stuff because it's breathable. You know, I feel like I'm talking a lot today. I feel like I'm talking a lot about, you know, jackets, jerseys. There's so much, there's so much you can get. And, you know, if you've been following me, I've been vlogging on the road bike for, I don't know now, 3 years. And prior to that, mountain biking all the time, gravel, downhill, like everything, right? So it's like, you know, you're gonna build up a collection of ride wear as you kind of go, which is kind of the whole point. You start with a couple core things. You know, in my opinion, start with a fall jacket. You can dress it up with base layers. You can throw a shell on top of it to make it like a winter layer. You can open it up, vent it. Like there's a fall jacket is just perfect. It's so fitting for a number of different climates. But in all honesty, like the big, huge difference makers, it's not having 5 jackets, you know, 3 or 4 different bibs. You know, that stuff's expensive. And like I said, you build it up over time. And because once you start riding when it's cooler and you start riding in the winter, you understand the need for this stuff and you're using it continuously. So the main things that I would actually kind of focus on, obviously like a fall jacket, great, can be utilized for tons of stuff. Here, one sec. But the main thing that I'd kind of focus on here is, why am I getting pinged? My radar is going off and no one's behind me. Anyway, oh no, maybe someone is behind me. I'd focus on like your limbs and your head. You know, they say, I think it's 70% of your heat is lost in your head. Get yourself like a beanie, a sweatband, something to cover your ears. Focus on your digits. Get a pair of long figure gloves. Get a good pair of merino socks. You know, maybe some cycling overshoes. Some, what are they called, like little booties or whatever? Focus on that stuff to start. See if it's something you want to do. Because like, honestly, riding in the cold does suck. It's not fun like the winter or the summertime. You know, you have to tell yourself, you have to learn. Sometimes you have to struggle through it and find out like, hey, do I use this? Do I want to go outside? Do I want to be the guy out on the bike when it's above zero? The other thing, their next topic, I would kind of say like, recognizing that I'm in Canada, and you know, when you have like my bro, outdoor bros down in the States, you know, in Cali, you know, their spring fall and my spring fall, 2 very different things. Our winter here, it would scare people who ride bikes. They'd be like, what the hell are you doing? But the difference is, for me, for my buddies here, you know what? We have such little time to ride a bike during the year. You have to do it because you'll extend your season a month on both ends, which is like another 30% when your season's 6 months long. So anyway, end rant. I don't know really know where I'm going with this. It's just chatting, just a ride vlog as usual. So where did we get to? Where did we get to on apparel? So focus on your digits if you're going into cool weather. Focus on your hands, your feet, and your head. That's where it starts. Then get yourself some warmers. Arm warmers, knee warmers, that kind of thing. That's gonna extend all of your gear and kit that you already have. From there, maybe a gilet. You know, you can wear that on your chest, peel it off if you want to take it off. And then once you get into that, beyond gilet, that's when you really need to ask yourself, do I really want to be riding my bike? Because it's going to get cold. And that's where you start going, okay, get yourself a good shell, get yourself a windbreaker, get yourself a rain jacket, get yourself insulated bibs, both spring, fall,
and like deep winter, because that transition is sometimes like 5 degrees, 6 degrees Celsius. Your whole kit, not warm enough. It's so silly, and that's what I think, like Assos, for example, they do a really piss poor job talking about the temperature rating. They say spring, fall, winter, all season, summer, summer hot. It's like, what does any of that really mean? For me, spring, fall is like 10 months of the year, right? Summer's 2 months, and winter is like the tips of spring, fall, where you probably have seen me out riding on my, I think it's called a Joda jacket, Equip RS Winter. It's great. It's, and that's, once again, you get a jacket, it's highly specific to a very small window of temperatures, which is, for a lot of people, useless. So you get stuff that can be dressed up, dressed down, shells, warmers, insulated stuff, but base layers, man, that's where you want to spend your money as well. I'm telling you, this same coat that I'm wearing right now, this jacket, I use it with literally 3 different levels of base layers. Dress it up, dress it down, add a gilet, add a vest, add a shell, and I can turn this thing from, you know, a day like today, I'm running a summer base layer with it, and it's fine. I'll put a fall one under it, I'll put a winter one under it, and then in each one of those, I guess in summer and fall, there's long and short sleeves of both. So many options for temperature, honestly. It's kind of fun to experiment with. So I actually forgot one super important piece of kit. And look at this view around me, guys. Soon all this lake here, or this river, it'll all be ice. Anyway, so yeah, one piece of kit that I completely forgot about that I totally think is super important is actually neck warmers. You know, that's definitely one of the pieces of kit I use a ton, both in spring, fall, winter, everything. Just get yourself like a general mid-range, mid-weight neck warmer, because you can move it up, move it down, move it all around, and you're all good. You're covered off that way. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap things up there. I think I've talked enough. My voice is hurting, and I'm a little cold. I wish I would have brought my neck warmer. So appreciate you stopping by and listening to me. If you made it to the end, awesome. If not, no big deal. We will see you on Thursday with more content. And like, subscribe, share, hit that bell button, do whatever. Doesn't matter. All right, guys, have a good week. Talk soon.